Because both sides are kind of ludicrous.
This guy seems...
Both sides... Hey, you want to assault me? That's really cool. I want to take his laptop.
I think this guy's a little bit touched.
If you want to take my laptop, then do it. See what good that does. No, I don't want to do that. I want to talk. It's back to the property crime, and I want more community.
Hey, there we go. We out here. My bad for going to the dogs. You feel me? I got the D-Man's voice and carries. You feel me? Loud and powerful. Hey, so I got a question for everybody who's out here defending SPD right now. Do you guys
So for everybody just joining, we have a Defend the Seattle PD event going on in Seattle right now. And this is where the coverage is going to be. Just bear with me as I get my Facebook live stream going.
In the blue, like, come up and talk, bro. Give me your side. I want to hear you. You didn't really have bars, but come give me your side. Get up here, bro. Hey, he was brave enough to rap. Get your ass up here, bro. Come on. Let's go.
He can't even rap, though.
Hey. I at least want to hear your side.
Their side is fascism. Don't clap on it. Don't legitimize it. We know what their side is. Yeah, do you? No, what? What is it? Define fascism. You're obviously a fucking idiot.
This man tried to rap. Hey, boom blast this offending fact this man can't rap.
I was going to say, I can't rap. Stop encouraging them to you know what I mean? Like, that's the form of white
I don't know the Proud Boys, honestly. I mean, I don't know anybody who is with their organization or anything. I have heard the stuff on the media about them. But why I stand here defending our police is because they're human beings as well. And I stand here defending you too. I'm not going to sit here and attack you. And I really do appreciate everybody being civil, because you have a right to speak the same as I have a right to speak. And you have a right to have things change just the same way I have a right to change. And you know what? I don't know if defunding is right, but I do know that there needs to be change. That's what I know.
They got way too much money. That's why they're sitting here killing people.
So, while I do agree with you that there needs to be change, I disagree in your method of performing that change. I personally believe that SPD has entirely too much money. They got $400 million this last year, $400 million this last year.
Or six.
So $400 million can feed a whole lot of houseless folks. $400 million can build a whole lot of tiny homes for our houseless comrades. $400 million can buy a whole lot of textbooks, laptops, and computers for our schools. So why are we spending $400 million on a group of white men to come out and establish their supremacy in our streets and beat us and maim us? I personally don't agree with that. I think that we need to reallocate those funds into the community and continue to grow and build as people, because that's what the fuck I was raised on. Fuck anything else, fuck individualism. It's about the community and about us as a people.
How many people already got their voters pamphlet, but did you see that our state is spending $830 million from grocery bags, and that's going back into our government that is doing nothing for us either? So I think that yes, there needs to be change, but we need to be looking at all of these things. Yes, that money does not just go for salaries. That money provides them with a change of tires that they need or brakes on their cars, that does the maintenance to their bathrooms that they need. So yes, that may sound like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, but that's not just salaries. And we need to think about that our governor makes $187,000 a freaking year to do what?
So for those of you just joining, this event started taking off about an hour ago in Seattle, Lake Green, and there is both BLM and Antifa present. And right now I'm going to let it get back to the coverage. Just so you know, there are people who do support the police. There are people there who want to defund the police, and then there are people there who want to do other things. So let's get back to coverage.
Under $15,000, okay? I do not need that much money to fix a fucking precinct, bro. The reason why they have $400 million is because they're buying all these new guns, and they're buying tanks. Do you know how much a tank costs? You know how much a Bearcat costs? Do you know how much a brand new Bearcat costs? It is a couple $1 million. Those things are not fucking cheap. They're buying high quality ARs, you feel me? They're not spending that $600 on those little AR-15 parts kits, you feel me? They're spending a couple thousand on their guns, you know, and that adds up over time. Oh yeah, tear gas and pepper balls and flashbangs and all that great shit, expensive as fuck. That's why they have $400 million, is because they're spending it on gear. I promise you, you can maintain buildings for way less than $400 million a year. You can pay people to take care of the community, and serve each other, and protect each other for way less than $400 million a year.
Hey, why'd you try to trip me?
Because you're a piece of shit.
Why am I a piece of shit?
Literally, you have to ask that question. Just move the fuck
You don't even know who I am.
I know exactly who the fuck you are, dog. I know exactly who the fuck you are.
Why do you think I'm a piece of shit?
I'm not even gonna get into it because you know the answer to that question and you just want to try to get me to involve you, and I don't want to involve you.
I don't think I am. I've been trying to get you guys to talk for months.
No. You've been trying to put words in people's mouths for fucking words.
Colin Kaepernick. Not true, bud.
I know that you don't think that, but we all know it's true, so move the fuck on.
Well, have a dialogue with me. I'll listen to you. I'll let you talk and I won't talk.
When you tried to ask me or one of my comrades if this is a communist movement.
You just said comrade.
Yeah. Let me fucking finish, right?
Yeah.
I said that. Don't give him this clip anymore. I'm just gonna give him this little bit.
I don't troll people that are respectful to me. I have not trolled anybody on my on platform.
There's nothing wrong with communism, and when you frame a conversation that way, it's clear that that's what your agenda is. Have a nice fucking day.
I am against communism. I am.
So I stand corrected. This is at a Green Lake in Seattle, Washington.
Make your case for communism.
I'm not making a case for communism. I'm simply saying that the way that you're framing the conversation and trying to make communism as a boogeyman word is the simple problem with where you're trying to have a conversation. I can't have a conversation with you if that's the way that you think about the world. That's it.
I do think communism is bad.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you don't agree, the only way for you to change my mind is to make a case for it.
I don't want to change your mind because your mind is made up and you're trying to get me to say something to fuel your base.
If you
people following you right now, that's not a conversation I want to have in front of 1,500 people.
If you actually look at my stuff, I'm pretty reasonable.
Turn it around.
Okay, let go. I'm pretty reasonable. If you actually look at my stuff, I don't
need to look at your stuff. I'm telling you, based off the way that I heard you having conversations with other people, that you have an agenda and that you're trying to frame the conversation in an unproductive and unacceptable way. I don't want to have that conversation with you.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you to get the fuck out of here.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, you made a point. Let me listen to you. How can we change unless we have a dialogue?
Thank you supporting for the Black Lives Matter movement.
And look, how we can change not only is having dialogue, but holding each other accountable, right? We got to hold each other accountable in many different ways. You know, just like if these types of people, we talking about abolishment, defunding, then things like accountability is very important. You know what I'm saying? Community resources, community help, mutual aid, right? Correct? That would be one of the, if that was possible in your eyes, that would be one of the things that you have to do, right?
I don't know. You just said a lot of things that sounded nice, but there's not really.
Look, well, the reason why we're talking about accountability, gray jacket over there, blue hat.
Yeah.
Y'all need to hold him accountable for stirring up trouble within your event.
This is not my event, bro.
Well, it's okay.
I don't know. I know this guy. I've met him before. I don't know any of these people here. I don't know any of these people here.
Respectful dialogue.
No, I've already told Katie that she needs to hold
And
that
he
guy.
held him
That
accountable
guy.
too.
And where the fuck did he go?
This dude held him accountable.
He had another shirt, but they need to be held accountable for fucking their thing.
Y'all generally on some back to blue vibes, right? Back to blue nature. You're
I
not
mean, typically,
anti. You're not
typically,
like.
If I were going to choose to be against the cops or for the cops, I would choose that I was for the cops.
Exactly.
If we're gonna make it a binary, then yes, I'm for the cops.
So you know, while we're talking about that, we all gotta hold each other accountable. We gotta make sure that.
I gotta go get this on film right now, man. This is kind of crazy what they're doing up here.
Oh, you tired of these people Bob Warren?
We tread on you. We tread on you.
Hey! What are you macing people for? You okay?
Get out of here. Get out. We don't want you here. Go. Go.
So covering many events of the past 135 days, this is kind of how they operate. They'll try to intimidate by numbers. They'll also spray the bear mace like you just saw.
Who are you? Are you Katie?
At Suite 27, can we come? We can all get facials together.
Hey guys, did that girl mason her? Did that get caught on my stream?
Are you choking on something? Is that a little boot in your throat?
Stop doxing people. Stop recording.
They caught it on my stream, so you can look at Bill and Report the stream later. We're at 112 minutes right now. So Bill and Report, check out the stream. They said it's caught on the stream. So
Yes, Vicky, he did just spray that girl with mace.
Is this the best you got?
why are you guys running them?
Is that the fucking best you got?
Why are you guys running them out?
Why?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Get
Huh?
the fuck out. Why are you so here? Why are you standing?
need to get some moisturizing cream if you're looking
Did they do something, or are you guys just
They do stuff all the time.
those specifically?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're like specifically running them out right now, or just because you don't want any of that group here?
No, specifically her, because she was repeatedly doxxed.
Hi, fashion.
Who is she?
Katie Davis, she's a right-wing media person who likes to infiltrate protests and film from within them.
She's fully being protected by a 3%er Proud Boy guy, Lieutenant Dan over there. And we will run Fash out of the park.
That's what we're here for.
That is a violent person. That's not somebody who's like, I care about.
That woman is a violent person?
No, the person that's protecting her. And I don't care, like, I'm all for having people stand on the corner, like, I'll go and dialogue with people and talk to people at the rally, you know? But when somebody is inciting violence, hitting people with a baton, and also is an actual Proud Boy who their MO across the board is to promote violence against the left, then these people cannot be in that area.
I've recently been had some interviews with the Proud Boys, and I'm in contact with them, and I'm able to talk with them. I'm not seeing that, man. When I meet them, I know that there's that incident in New York. It's infamous, and like they have their side of it, and the guys went to jail. But when I've met them, like sure they're a rowdy bunch of guys. They're kind of like roughneck construction kind of guys. They like to get drunk and go party. But I honestly haven't met them, at least to where that I've seen, that they're actually trying to like just hurt people. Maybe they're willing to like fight back.
Yeah, I can understand this.
They have a couple rites of passage to be fully part of the Proud Boys.
Yeah, they got to get a fight, but
Yeah, they have to beat up the leftists, and they have to like say serial names while being punched.
they have to what?
Say serial real names while people are punching them. It's like part of their
Like Captain Crunch?
hazing. Yeah. But
That's just
beating up
that's
a
just.
leftist, beating up a counter protester is one of their rites of passage.
Yeah.
So, are you claiming that they have to go seek out a fight and cause a fight?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's true.
But they're interesting in that sense of just like those rules, they have them, and like as a result, like by the definition of being a Proud Boy, like you are violent.
We got a little bit of a lookout going on.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I've gotten to interview some of them. I don't really know any of them. Like I've gotten to interview them. I've been at the events. I was at the Proud Boy event in Portland last week or last month, and I just haven't seen. I know that they're willing to use violence, and I think you guys would agree that that violence isn't something that should be taken off of the table completely.
Can I add something? Like,
Yeah.
Obviously there's tons of footage like on Twitter.
There's tons of what?
Tons of footage like on Twitter that just Proud Boys, group of Proud Boys carry gun, carry pepper spray, pepper spray around, like, and all agitating, like, there's tons of footage. So how could you say the denial of, like, they are not agitated, Proud Boys are not the, like, making violence at all? So that just kind of sounds like you're biased.
I'm saying that I have not seen the Proud Boys instigate violence. I have seen the Black Bloc instigate violence many times. I've seen Black Lives Matter instigate violence many times. I have not personally seen myself violence instigated by the Proud Boys. Yeah? All right. So let me ask you, I was trying to have a conversation with this guy, and obviously he's saying that I was using inflammatory words, and if you guys have watched any of my content, I continually try to check myself and not speak inflammatory. I do. I have my beliefs. Everybody does. But I try to film things unbiasedly. I do share my opinions. I'm a little bit right. I am not a conservative. I'm not even a libertarian. I think that libertarians don't take care of the community around them enough. But I'm very far against. I'm against communism. I'm against radical leftism. I'm also against the war on drugs. I'm kind of all over the place. I deal with things that I don't like to be put in a box, and I don't like this side taking that's happening in the U.S. right now. Are you guys for communism?
It depends on what you mean. Like in terms of state control, no.
Yeah, no.
Well,
like what in your mind is like?
Yeah, what does communism mean to you? Because that's become such a inflammatory buzzword that it's hard to say,
Yeah, because people mean different things.
Yeah, not state controlled communism.
Like communists think it's like peace and love, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds great.
I think that communism isn't actually one thing. I think it slides from socialism to chaos. I think communism is the death of the individual. It's the collective and the forced integration into the collective. It's like a one all-encompassing totalitarian belief system. Communism usually comes with atheism, an attack on religion.
I wouldn't say that's true.
Even in Marx and Lenin, that's not the case. But like with the actual socialist regime, actually existing socialism, communism, whatever you want to call it, yeah, there have been programmatic atheism, like of sorts, where it's like.
Yeah, Dave, in Facebook chat, that's what I gather as well, just based on my observations.
So
and what I've
the
seen.
right likes to label what you just said as that wasn't real communism. It's this idea that every time that it ever existed, that wasn't actually communism.
But like what we just agreed, it's kind of a sliding signifier. So as a result, like you can just say that about anything. Like communists will say that about their regime. They'll also say this totalitarian regime that does not share any sort of value system with Marx whatsoever is true communism, whereas attempts just to go directly to it aren't.
So let me ask you this, and I'll turn it to you. Do you think that there has been a playing out of real communism in the world yet, ever?
It really depends what you mean. If you mean stateless, classless, moneyless societies, of course. Like, that's even in Marx. There's like this thing called primitive or primary communism. That was like one of the first stages in this historical development. If like you actually buy into it.
It's kind of like that Rousseau idea of the noble savage.
Hey. Well, so like the language is actually like the translation is primary.
Can I point out? I'm going to sidestep here. Did you get offended because I used the word savage?
A little bit.
That's a definition. Words are amoral. That's that's a philosophical term that I'm referencing.
Amoral?
Huh?
Is the N-word amoral? There you go.
If you're referring to the color black, if you're calling a person that, no.
Right, but you also use savage to like refer to.
No, it's a philosophical. There's a philosophical idea that's called the noble savage. It's an idea, and we're not, and it's free of judgment. It's not saying that these people are lower or less. That's just in the society when that idea was first coined.
Right.
That's the term that was used at the time. But anyways, that was a rabbit trail. I was not making a judgment about a primitive society.
I think Rizzo calls that like the state of nature, like primary.
He's actually getting further with them than I would expect.
I think noble savage is like a phrase that was like put onto it in order to kind of caricature it.
Yeah, it's the idea of Tarzan. It's the idea that if we just chopped society up and got rid of it, everybody would be virtuous in nature. So I was going to turn it back to you. What do you believe communism is, and I guess are you trying to achieve that?
Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That's not what I'm trying to do. It would be cool if there was no state and class and like money, and we're all getting together and like just working basically to meet each other's needs. That'd be nice, and like also with the emphasis on individuals, the ability and autonomy, right? Whether or not that would work, and it's extremely not really a point, like because it exists pretty much only in the abstract.
Yeah.
As a result, it becomes kind of like pointless to talk about.
So why are you guys dressed up in black blocking out here? What are you trying to do?
Well, in general, it's just to protect people.
Do what?
To protect people's identities. People get like stalked and harassed.
Yeah.
All right, but what I mean is like you're coming out with a group dressed in black bloc. You're not coming out here to hide your identity. What's the reason why you're coming out here?
The reason to come out.
Yeah.
Well, basically the counter protest. Show up and contest the state.
Contest the state?
Space.
Space.
And say that we don't want.
Right.
I don't know. We are. There are people who also believe the opposite of what is happening in that space, and we don't want them to be the only voices that are out there.
Right.
I don't understand the counter protest thing. How come you guys just don't have your own protest?
We do.
We do.
There you go.
But then why do groups of black bloc come and try to shut down the conversation and shut down?
Why do people come to our protests and try?
I don't think that's a fair thing. I don't think that think that the conservatives do show up to the.
They do. Someone pulled a gun on us like a week ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like for no.
That's like an anecdotal thing, but there's a pattern. Almost every conservative event will have black bloc, antifa, Black Lives Matter show up to counter protest. That's rare on the other way.
Not really.
No.
Good point.
I guess we just have to agree to disagree because I've been going to this stuff for months and months and months, and it's rare.
Maybe they're not organized to that extent. Like it doesn't seem like they're able to like get great turnout for their rallies. It doesn't seem, unless SPOG is organizing it. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, that's kind of like the conservative versus liberal thing. So like the liberal nature is to act, and then the conservative nature is to be conservative and not act and like hold back. So it's kind of part of that.
If you want to like ascribe like temperament to politics, like go ahead.
Okay.
That's not really a core defining feature of either politics. That's a defining feature of like a person's temperament who may subscribe to some certain sort of like political alignment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go see what this shenanigans over here is happening. Thank you guys for peacefully talking to me. So.
It's unfortunate because with a group like Antifa, you'll note that a lot of their participants are mentally vulnerable. You know, they'll go through things in their life or have parents that are absent, and they're just looking to feel a sense of belonging. And you could almost see it on that kid's face. And it's unfortunate because most of the time they can't be rationalized with, and I highly doubt that gentleman's words will stick with him. But it was just nice to see him take the time to speak with him and not be screaming or spraying bear mace, you know. But let's get back to the main event here, see what's going down.
Who's Katie and why do they hate her? Is she just a streamer and they just hate her because she streams, or is she actually provocative or a shit stirrer? They just hate her just because she's not with them.
Okay. Aside from the childish 12-year-old your name is a comic book name. Like, literally, like, what? Are your parents, like, nerds? Or, like, how did you get the name Dick Bowstill? Are you German? Is Bowstill a German name?
Right now, I'm at Green Lake Park in Seattle. There was a Back to Blue event earlier today, scheduled from 11 to 2. Somewhere around 12 to 12:30, a group of around 100 black blocs showed up and started shouting and trying to cause disorder. It actually has been way peaceful, more peaceful than events like this I've seen before. I haven't seen much violence or attack or assault. Did see one antifa girl try to mace one of the streamers, a girl named Katie. So now the police have finally arrived after, strangely, the police showed up and made a presence after the event was pretty much done. Most of all the Patriot side had already left, and then the police showed up, which is weird. They sat across the ball field for most of the event and they just watched.
This nigga right here look like he beat his dick for some really weird shit. Leave the area now! This nigga watches some weird porn. That nigga right there. That one definitely watches some weird porn. That nigga watching the weird anime. Leave the area now! I'm not king shaming you guys. I love you all.
I just found another streamer from the other side. Bear with me as I get the link information up.
Your coke drips are going everywhere, Nighthawk. Wear a fucking mask.
Public servant, shut the fuck up, alright? It just looks stupid like how you do. Don't say shit too much. You guys have 3 precinct officers harassing the person you just arrested.
You've been dipping into that evidence locker.
Are you guys gonna like beat them up some more? You are public servants. What's your number, Adam? One more time. You are public servants, and we pay you, bitch. You're a district servant with a fucking paycheck. Shut the fuck up when we're talking to you. Don't say, shut the fuck up when we're talking to you. Hey, you, shut the hell up. Don't say shit. Don't say shit on the field. Don't say a goddamn word. Fuck you. Say shit. Have some fucking respect for your life. Reverse failure. I'm your fucking ass. Don't say shit. Hey, Adam, shut the fuck up. You're a public servant.
We've been dealing with this for a couple months, man.
Yeah? This is my first event like this. Yeah, literally never on antifa or anything. Like,
this is actually
teenagers, dude. Like they're not anything like I thought they'd be on the news, man.
Yeah, this is actually really mellow and non-violent. Okay. Usually, and they're actually talking to people. Yeah. Usually at these events, there's no
that
talking.
Was surprising. I like that, honestly. Yeah. I thought it was like, I don't want civil war, man. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So you're saying other times it gets...
Okay, so we do have another streamer here at the same event. Just pulling her up now for you guys. And we'll head back to Villain in a moment. Just wanted to check in here.
He got out. Fuck yeah.
It's okay though. We love you guys. I'm not talking about you guys. Out of here. You holding on to that mess like you want to do something. Can I ask why you guys made that arrest? Put your mask on, shut the fuck up, Adams, and get the fuck out of here. Karma, I'll be smoking weed that puts me in a U. Como. What's his number? 7736. Officer 7736. Can I ask you a question? Officer 7736. Can I ask you a question? Why did you arrest that guy? But why did you arrest him though? Where are these niggas squeaking up from? Oh, nowhere? Alright, cool. Hey yo, like real shit though, why is the entire East Precinct bike team out here for one? And for two, why did you arrest
I do see Malcolm is up, and we're going to switch to him momentarily, just pulling up his link.
Listen to our beautiful opera singer. Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll pop back to Villain as I pull up Malcolm. And I'm sorry for the buffer with Facebook data demand. It seems to be longer than normal.
And it's not.
And with Malcolm, we have this. Alrighty, stand by. Get back to Black Girl Rev while I pull up Malcolm Entertainment.
Move back! Move back! Move back! You're a dumbass.
Dick, I need you to get your buddy up there.
Move back! Move back!
Blue lives don't matter. Your life doesn't matter. I need all of you officers to take your service pistol, cock it, put a bullet in the chamber, specifically a 9mm or a 45 ACP, you feel me?
Move back! Sorry, honey.
Check your chamber, make sure you have a round.
Move back! They gone! They gone! They gone! They gone! You ain't gonna do a damn thing. Get out of my face!
Excuse me, man. I understand that you said the police are actively killing black people in the streets.
Bitch ass cop! Bitch ass cop! Bitch ass! Pussy! Pussy! God, take the intersection! Oh, cops are bastards!
Oh, communities, gay communities, black communities, and she wanted to have a round table with all these people. BLM didn't show up. They were told what time, what place. They didn't show up. They didn't want to hear the facts. They didn't want to work on it. They didn't want to attend.
Fuck that, we holding the intersection. No, it was a fair question. I
do not. But
I mean, for the record, you don't know who I am. I've said many times, I think if you go to the 50 largest cities in the United States, I think Jenny Durkan is probably the most hated. I think like the whole city hates her, regardless of your political stripe. See, there's something that everyone agrees on right there. There's one. We all hate Jenny Durkan.
But they were in their demands.
Just pulling up
So
Malcolm
Jenny
10,
set up this
Tango
council
now.
meeting with all the city people to talk to the Black Lives Matter, to work it out, find out what they want, see if we could negotiate something, get money into their programs that they want, blah, blah, blah.
Right there. There's one.
Yeah.
We all hate Jenny Durkan.
Right? But they were making their demands. So Jenny set up this council meeting with all the city people to talk to the Black Lives Matter, to work it out, find out what they want, see if we could negotiate something, get money into their programs that they want, blah, blah, blah. They didn't even show up. It's like, are you kidding me? Everybody took time out of their day, but Black Lives Matter didn't show up. They didn't want the change.
Yeah, I can see you're like, she is, she's not, she is literally physically shaking. So if you don't see that on the camera, it's not a cop out. I was actually just gonna say, like, you look really cold. And her face is red, and it's not at this point, it's angry. She is straight up legit, really freaking cold. So, and there's basically nobody else around us anyway. So I really thank you two for your time.
I hope you get that answer. What can we do?
Well, we have to figure it out, the answer,
Right.
because it gets back to my point of that I started to make, that we're basically an open sectarian violence in the United States at this point, and you need both sides to have the sectarian violence. We don't want to continue down this path because it goes to a really dark place that I really don't think anybody with sensibility wants to go.
Civil war.
Yeah. Yeah. And the the fact that in the last 60 days that we're actually willing to say it out loud, not think it, on both sides, is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
And people should be more terrified, because a lot of people are just like, it's like, no. So I thank you too. Thank you so much. Go get warm. All right, I got to put my mic back on. And it's going to take me just a moment to put the mic back on because it is cold. My fingers are so stiff. I don't know. This has been a roller coaster today. I mean, it's just a huge understatement. There's literally, like, everybody's left, nobody's here. This has been a roller coaster because I've seen some really beautiful things today. I have actually seen probably some of the most amazing, beautiful acts between two protest groups since I've been covering this. And I've seen some pretty horrible things today. Nowhere near the most. I disagree with it. And we know that people within that group, I don't want to say, we know they dox people. We know it. And they put people in unsafe position. So then if they're doing that, then I just don't feel that he has any ground to stand on.
All the black jazz musicians had to go into the other door. All the white musicians went in the front door.
And I'm not saying that was right. It was wrong.
So you don't think what's wrong right now?
I think this world is fucked up the way it is. And it doesn't matter if you're black or you're white or you're Asian or Hispanic. The whole world is fucked up.
Look, love,